Welcome to Theater Crafts, where we take theater memorabilia and make brand new treasures. So this week we're going to do something totally different. This week we're going to make temporary body tattoos using theater images. So I've got a bunch of them here that are like all ready to use, but I'm going to show you, I actually have a couple of them on. So there's one that I made using the theater masks, and then here's another that I've got with Defy Gravity. So we're going to take theater images and we're going to create some temporary body tattoos. All right, let's get crafting.
Okay, so we're going to start here in Canva. And if you see here, I've got these images that I created, and you're going to say, wait a minute, they don't look right. I'm going to get into that in a moment. So I've got here Orpheus Forever, Rotten to the Core. It would be really fun to create a tattoo, these temporary tattoos that relate to a show that you're doing. Obviously, theater masks, and then all the world's a stage. So if you notice, they are flipped. And the reason for that is you need to create the image flipped so that when you put it on your skin, it will be displayed correctly. So we need to do that. All right, so let me show you the second set, and then I'm going to show you how to flip those. Page of new images that I'm going to create. So I basically created these, like I said, in Canva. I took images. This is Defy Gravity, obviously from Wicked. No One Is Alone from Into the Woods. Then What Makes Us Special Makes Us Strong from Shrek, and then Seize the Day from Newsies. And I thought it would be really fun to create kind of tattoos of these. So Canva is like super persnickety about this sort of thing. Like they don't like to flip text. They'll flip the images, but not text. So in order to get around that, what I did is I created the image, then I took a screenshot of it and saved that to my computer. Then I went over to uploads. If you go over to uploads here, you can see I uploaded all of those images back into Canva. And so they're now a solid image. You can see here. All right. So what you're going to do now is you just click on the image and see where it says flip here. You can just flip it horizontally, and then it'll be all set to create the tattoo, and it will be in the correct orientation so that it will be correct when you print it out. Now, I think I would like to actually make a couple of these. So what I'm going to do is click on it, and then just click duplicate. Click on it, click duplicate. And so the page that we're printing out to is about 5 by 8. So you want to keep that into consideration. And then we'll duplicate and then duplicate. All right, and then we are ready to print. So I have pulled up the printer. So I've pulled up the images to print. I've gone to portrait. I'm going to the premium photo paper and the full page. I'm going to go to kind of more settings just to see. I want to have kind of a high output on that. So we'll see how that goes. And then we're going to print. So I'm going to go to the printer, and I'll show you how we're going to print that.
Okay, so a couple things before we print. So this is the body sticker tattoo paper that I'm using. I'm going to be honest, I don't think this is available any longer. I can put in the first comment below comparable Amazon link so that you can try that if that's something you're interested in. This particular version has 2 sheets. So this is the sheet that you're going to print the tattoo on from your inkjet printer. And then this is the the part that we will, it makes it the actual tattoo. And I'll get to this part in a moment. Now, I actually found that it was beneficial to do a print just to see what it looks like the first time around. So my print, it came out of the printer this way. So that means I'm going to want to, on my, now if, remember I said that it's a like 5 by 8 piece of paper. So we don't want, my printer, it didn't want to kind of size it down. It was giving me a hard time. So I actually just taped it down onto a regular 8.5 by 11 paper, and that worked, and it worked just fine. So it's, depending on what kind of printer you have or what kind of settings you have. Mine just was being rather persnickety about it. So this is how I did it, and it worked beautifully. So I'm just taping this down, and then I'm going to go to the printer. And it took a fair amount of time to print because, remember, we're doing it on the highest setting. And so make sure that when you print this, you've got the kind of the shiny side up. That's the side you want for the image to be on. All right, let's go to the printer. You see the paper going through the feed there. And it's going to take a little bit of time to print. And notice here I have an Epson printer. As long as you have an inkjet printer, you should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to be honest. It took several minutes for it to print because I was printing on, I put it on premium photo paper because it's glossy. So that's something to think about. But for some reason, this is my first print. And I'm not sure what happened there because my original print that I did prior to this turned out fine. So this one obviously did not come out well. I put it back in, did the same exact process, and the second print came out fine. I don't know what happened, but sometimes, technology can glitch on you. So what you want to do is you want to wait for these to dry completely. So it might take a little bit of time depending on the ink that you have in your printer. I left mine for maybe 10 minutes or so and made sure that ink was completely dry. Obviously, I'm taking it off the paper that I used to support it in the printer. So I'm going to give it a few minutes. You can see that all those images are reversed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take the second piece of the paper, the tattoo paper, and this is actually double-sided. It's like double-sided sticky tape, and we're going to take that and we're going to put that over the image. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes to dry, and then we'll come back and we'll do that. So my ink is now dry, and I'm going to take the second sheet, and fortunately, it's really easy to peel the backing off this. It's quite sticky. So just giving you a heads up on this particular brand is very sticky. And you want to make sure that you are applying it directly to the sheet, and you want to get all of the images completely covered. And then you just want to make sure you get all the air bubbles out and make sure that is nice and adhered to the sheet there. And I probably could have, I see some space down here. I probably could have added another one. It's okay. So now we're going to cut them out, and you kind of want to make sure that you don't have like square edges or pointed edges. I'm going to do a little rough cut here, so that that would be an easy place for it to lift, if that makes sense. So I'm going to kind of cut it. You can see, if you can see the image through there, I can. So cutting kind of around. And so we are creating kind of just like a little border around the image. So I'm going to continue to cut these out, and then we'll put the new tattoo on. So I cut them all out. You can see, I don't know if you can see the images. I can see them through there. So now we're in the home stretch. So we're going to take one. Now when you put it on your skin, you really want to make sure you're putting it on a skin that doesn't have a lot of hair on it. You want to make sure that your skin is nice and clean. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take the backing off of the image. So this is the remember the double-sided sticker. That's what you're going to take off. And then you're going to take it and you're going to put it wherever you want it on your skin, and you're going to push it down. And then it's just like those stickers. I mean, you've probably gotten them at, carnivals and things like that. Then you're going to take, I'm just going to use a sponge, and you're just going to wet the backing of it and let that kind of sink into your skin, it doesn't sink into your skin, but you know what I mean, like get it adhered to your skin. And so, like I said, these are not going to last. They're temporary. They're not going to last very long. But I just think it's really fun to be able to create your own theater stickers. You could use images, logos from shows. That would be really fun to coordinate with friends. And obviously, any show that you're in, that would be really, really fun to be able to do that. All right, so we leave it on there for about a minute. Just let that dry for a second. And then we're going to just peel it off, and then we're done. Go. Let's see. There it is. Defy Gravity. That is so cute. You can see that. It's a little wet, so it's... but there you go. That is my Defy Gravity sticker to remind myself to defy gravity. All right, so that is this week's theater craft. I hope that you give this a try, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.